Well, meeting to order. Want to remind everyone of the City of Prairie's core staff values. Strong work ethic, problem solving, community oriented, shows professionalism and integrity, is a team player, is accountable, and is a good steward. May I have roll call, please?
Lawler, Walling,
Yes.
Shelley, Shaw,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes,
Okay. With that, we'll go on to approval of the meeting agenda and comments on the agenda. Or a motion to approve.
oh, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Walling,
Yes,
Shaw,
Yes.
Klein,
yes,
Okay, and now we got the consent agenda. It's just this meeting's agenda. So the consent agenda is meetings of the October 21st. Regular council meeting. Payment for contract services none this time. We got a claims register and financials of $697,812.10. And we do not have any licenses or permits at this one. So could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call.
Klein,
Yes,
Shaw,
Yes.
Walling,
yes,
Okay, Sven, take it over.
All right. So just a couple things, a little bit of a follow-up from our last council meeting, but we did have the kickoff meeting for the Perry Next strategic plan last Tuesday. So had pretty much all of those executive committee partners there. And we're going to be moving into getting some advisory groups together to really kind of help cultivate some ground up enthusiasm and input. There's also going to be some surveys, one focused on housing, the other kind of a little bit more general to get some feedback on the community as a whole. So as those start coming out, we'll of course be getting them out as best we can. Kind of right after that meeting, the Iowa Leadership Exchange had a day-and-a-half meeting in Perry. So there's probably, 150 folks in town from all across the state, all about sharing leadership experiences, both for professional development and creating leadership development programs within communities. So that was a great opportunity. There's a number of quite a few local Perry folks there, as well as a few of us from the city that were able to attend. So great opportunity, great exposure for the community to get to show off to those leaders from across the state. And then this Wednesday from 10:30 to 1:30 is the annual Employee Safety and Appreciation Day. So City Council wants to show up, the mayor gets to do a welcome. So I emailed that out to mayor and council just to be on your radars and calendars. But let Josh know if you have any questions. And Josh, is there anything you want to add? Do you want to give a rundown of the agenda? I'm putting him on the spot, but I know he has it memorized.
he has it memorized.
Yeah, so kind of, I think this is our 10th, is that right? 9th or 10th? So we do have some employees with some pretty big milestones this year, which is wonderful. So start out the morning with welcome from the mayor. We'll have a presentation from True North Insurance, who does our work comp insurance, about a program we're going to start called a near miss program of trying to report those little incidences that could have turned into an accident but weren't. And then we'll do flu shots and kind of recognize employees, eat lunch. Sven's going to give a quarterly update on things with the city, which everyone really likes, kind of lets everybody know the page and the progress that we're making. And then lastly, Mike Thomason's going to do just a general first aid. So we have quite a few donations this year and stuff. So it should be a really good time. So I hope you guys can all attend. So, all right. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.
I think that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions for me? All right.
Okay. So the first thing I'd like to do is just thank Chief Vaughn for all the years of service that he put in for our community, and wish him very well in his retirement. And then I'd like to ask Associate Chief Archer to step up. We'll swear him in as the new chief.
All right.
I, James Arthur, do solemnly swear
I, James Archer, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of police chief
discharge all my duties as in the office of Police Chief
in the city of Perry,
in the city of Perry,
as now and hereafter required by law.
as now, and what was that?
Or
Or hereafter,
hereafter by law.
required by law. Well, I too would like to thank, former Chief Vaughn. He, worked with him for 24 years and, he led the department really well. He was a really good mentor for me, so we basically started this career together and, he's a little bit older than me, so I gotta stay with it a little bit longer than he did, but we started exactly the same year, so it's kind of neat that I can follow in his footsteps. I'd like to say that I want to continue to work with you all. It's been a pleasure working with you for the last 24 years, but in this new role, I'm really looking forward to working with each and every one of you and, you know, in this new role as police chief. So look forward to it, and we hope to continue making the police department the best that we can. So, and making our streets safe and really working for the citizens of Perry. So thank you for this opportunity. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And
Okay,
if I can add, Friday at Chief Vaughn's retirement party, Jim shared his statistic. That in Eric's 10 years as chief, he hired, was it 27 officers in 10 years, so our expectations are extremely low, I guess. No. I think we're on a very good footing for retention, and we have a really good team of officers and support staff down there. So excited to see what Jim does with that department.
thank you.
Great.
Okay, that was all I had. Any of the other council have anything they'd like to bring up? Okay, we'll move on to open forum. Speakers will be asked to step up to the microphone, state their name and address for the record, and then you'll be given 3 minutes to address the council. Any open forum requests? Okay, there being none, we'll go into old business. Item A is resolution approving the solar power generation easement agreement. We want to enter in August 24th, 2024, resolution 090324E. Easement agreement to Redline Perry Solar 2 LLC and its contractors and subcontractors. And this easement's for out at the water treatment plant. So could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a resolution approving the solar power generation easement agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion?
This is very similar to what we did on the first project with Red Lion. Basically, Red Lion just needs this easement for security with the bank, so that he has priority and some attachment to the property itself.
So they won't own it. It'll still be city property. They just have an
Yep.
easement to construct their.
Yep, it's basically just a construction easement that allows the solar to be there, and then they'll own the solar, we'll own everything beneath of it still.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I gathered, but I wasn't certain.
Anything else? Okay, roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, item B is resolution accepting and authorizing signatures on necessary agreements and form for the Community Development Block Grants, Water and Sewer Grant Contract 23 WS 017. It's per resolution 121823B Downtown Improvements Phase 1. Gives me the authority to sign these contracts and it's been signed off by everyone that wanted to review it first, so could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion, we approve resolution accepting and authorizing signatures on necessary agreements and forms for the Community Development Block Grant Water Sewer Grant Contract 23 WS 017.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
And so, as the mayor mentioned, this is for the downtown project, the kind of red phase 1. So this is part of our alphabet soup of project funding. I think it's $500,000 through CDBG and Iowa Economic Development Authority. So the nice little piece of that funding pie to be able to get through. So this is just kind of getting through some of those pre-project approvals and things like that. Big thing we're waiting on right now is for the federal HUD approval of the project so that we'll be able to finalize the plans and get that out to bid. We're hoping with some encouragement from some federal elected officials that we'll be able to get that done and get it out to bid this winter sometime. So.
Great. Great.
Okay. Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Klein,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Okay. Item C is approval of pay application number 5 for the AWS project. It's in the amount of $77,007 to Kilray Electric for the work completed. Includes fault modifications, electrical site improvements, seeding, fertilizing, and mulching. And it's been reviewed and signed off by the project manager who recommends approval. A motion, please.
I make a motion, we approve pay application number 5 for the AWAS project.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
Come on, Matt. Give us the other.
We're down to just a handful of things at the airport, a few last minute punch list things they're working on. The only thing that's outstanding is this AWAS, the weather system will get commissioned next week. With the FAA coming through and the manufacturer. Once that occurs, we'll be able to turn it on for operation for the airport. And then we're waiting on the FAA to come fly the approaches at the airport for the new navigational aids. Once that's done, we'll be ready to close it out.
Cool.
One question that's unrelated, but thought I'd ask while you're up here. We approved doing this survey before all the leaves fell and they're pretty much all fallen now. Did we get that done in time?
It was done within 2 days of the council meeting.
Okay,
Yep, they came from New York and finished it.
great. Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay. Roll call.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, item D is approval of change order number 4 for HMA resurfacing 2024 street repairs. This balancing order to increase contract due to actual install versus originally bid quantities. A net decrease in the change of $7,256.37. It made a final contract price of $1,590,618.43. Have a motion, please.
I make a motion, we approve change order number 4 for the HMA resurfacing 2024 street repairs.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
So this is just kind of finalizing the paperwork to help in Susie's processing, making sure everything balances down. So this item, as well as the next item, will be the certificate of completion, kind of establishing that final contract value and cleaning up the books. So next council will release retainage and put a into that project. So
Cool. Everybody loves it.
awesome.
We do too.
Yes.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, and then last is, no, item E is resolution approving statement of completion and final acceptance for the HMA resurfacing 2024 street repairs as discussed. It says the project is complete. The final contract value will be that $1,590,618.43 that we just talked about. And it allows me to sign this completion letter. So could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to approve resolution approving statement of completion and final acceptance for the HMA resurfacing 2024 street repairs.
I'll second that.
Any discussion required? Okay, roll call.
Klein,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Okay, final order of old business, approval of pay application number 7 for the Iowa Street Stormwater Wetland. It's in the amount of $183,431.49 to Sandstone Management LTD. For grading completion and the final trail segments around wetland number 1. It's at 88% complete. And this has been reviewed and signed off by the project engineer that recommends approval. So, that motion?
I make a motion, we approve pay application number 7 for the Iowa Street Stormwater Wetland.
I'll second.
Discussion?
So you'll notice that it was good timing to get these in. Unfortunately, we did not beat the rain for all the seeding and plantings. We got the plugs in for the first wetland, which is right there along 141 to the west of Super 8. They're hoping to beat the rain, but that didn't happen. So here, once they get things dried out, all the water pumped down, they'll get the rest of the plugs, all the seeding installed. So it's probably a good thing that we didn't beat the rain for the seeding because it would have tried to grow and we'd rather have stayed dormant until next spring. So things are shaping up good. It looks like it's supposed to. It functions how it's supposed to. And little to no erosion, which is good.
How long will it take for that to fill with water?
That will be time to tell. It definitely has a lot more space to go. I think we're gonna see more rain here in the next couple days through the week. So we'll kind of see how that functions, but it's definitely balancing like we were seeing it through the design process.
Good. It looks. I saw there was water in it. I hadn't been up close, so.
Yeah, so we're
Kinda
hoping
muddy.
the pavers got dropped off today. And then they should be going in tomorrow through the rest of this week. Hopefully get that buttoned up and then we'll see the final touches.
Okay. Roll call.
Walling,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Schott,
Yes.
Okay, on to new business. First is resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 annual audit report. We comply with A 133 audit requirements and this was for the last fiscal year, even though for the 2023 fiscal year, we just got the 2024 fiscal year one completed. So hopefully that won't take as long to get to us after them leaving. So it was in the packet. Everybody had a chance to review it. And could I have a motion, please?
I move we approve item A, resolution approving the fiscal year 2023 annual audit report.
I'll second.
Okay,
Thank you.
discussion.
All right. This is Susie's baby, so I'm gonna turn it over to her.
For the state, you heard correctly, the state just did complete the fiscal year 23 audit. The city's audit also contains the Prairie Water Works audit. We're under separate tax ID numbers, but they are a component unit that's included in our audit. They had some issues and they were not able to get their audit done in time, so therefore we were not able to get our audit done in time. Since then, they've got everything, you know, I think they've had their fiscal year 24 audit as well, like we have. So I think going forward, everything will be fine. We just did finish the work on site for the audit. They promised that we'll have it ready by December 31st, so that's a couple months, so hopefully that'll be right. So for the audit, there's nothing really new or unusual or anything concerning in it. Most of it just contains stuff about segregation of duties, which we, you know, most audits contain that language. It's something we've tried to enact policies and new procedures while we're doing things to, reduce the risk of fraud and everything. We do now have a third person up there 3 days a week who is starting to do some more to help us, and I know Vicky has offered to help too, doing some things like spot checking, like petty cash and some receipts and things like that. So all in all, I think the audit went well. It just took a little longer than we anticipated.
It looked good.
Very
I read it
normal. It's very relaxing reading.
It's a good one to fall asleep to.
Yes.
Other discussion? Can I have a roll call?
Schott,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Walling,
Yes,
Okay, item B is a resolution approving a lot tie agreement for the Raccoon Valley Bank. They have two separate parcels. One is 021031008, and the other is 021031009. They're the two parking lots behind the bank and behind Perry Paint and Glass, and they want to tie these two together because they want to build some structures similar to what we did over at our parking lot across from City Hall to canopy for their employees to park under. So could I have a motion, please?
I move we approve item B, resolution approving a lot tie agreement for Raccoon Valley Bank.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion.
What is the difference? Why do these two parcels not get merged rather than there's a lot tie?
Yeah, so there's two ways to go about it. You can either do a replat and combine the parcels together and create like a new legal description, or you could do a lot tie agreement. There are pros and cons with both. A lot tie agreement, if you, let's say you want to sell that lot in the future, you can retract on a lot tie agreement. You just have to get city council approval to do so. But a lot tie agreement is also cheaper. So if you want to do a preliminary plat or a final plat, you have to hire a surveyor and a engineer to do so. And especially with like our residential lots in town, there are some non-conforming structures throughout the city, and a lot tie agreement would kind of make that process a little bit easier for them to do so.
I didn't have time to
That's-
Google
Yeah.
I had
That's cool.
never heard about a lot tie agreement until Molly showed up, so.
it. Yeah. That's
Gotta-
great.
Yep.
Now I know.
Okay,
Any other questions?
Nope.
discussion. Okay, roll call.
Schott,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's it on our agenda, so we will adjourn. Thank you all.